So welcome everyone. Welcome to how to effectively use AI tools for content creation. And let me just move ahead. So what I did, I told ChatGPT to create an image, and this is what it came up with. And as you can see, it doesn't spell very well sometimes. Um, but hopefully it gets better. And one of the things that when you ask it to create an image, um, it goes away and it's pulling a whole bunch of data. And so sometimes it comes back and it's spelled perfectly, but sometimes it comes back and you get something like this. And the interesting thing is that if I were to tell it, um, do it again and spell the words correctly or something like that, I would never ever get this exact same image back. It would always end up giving me something else, which ends up being a little annoying. And sometimes some of the stuff it comes up is really good, but it can't recreate it twice. But I wanted to throw this in there so y'all get a chance of how it goes. All right, so here's what we're gonna do today.
Merwin, what prompt did you give it to create that?
For that one, I told it, I said, I'm creating a presentation on how to effectively use AI tools for content creation. And give me an image that will I guess encapsulate what I'm going to be talking about. And this is what it came up with. Now the thing with these AI images is if you don't like it, you can have it do it again. And it won't really get tired of you. But after a while, you can tell it's tired because it keeps giving you the same silly thing. Or you'll tell it, please take the words out, and it'll give you another one, and the words are still in there. So that part of it is still being developed. And this is just some chat GPT. Some of the other AI tools will actually do it a little better. When I gave a talk in TBEX in Spain, I told it where I was, and it actually gave me a picture of San Sebastian, and it was very correct, the picture it gave me. All right, so today we're going to talk about, how to turn one video into multiple pieces of viral content from form viral short form content using AI-powered editing tools, create gobs of social media content in minutes using AI tools, and use AI tools as your personal content brainstorming partner and caption writer, and use AI tools to summarize and repurpose your content. Now I know everyone is, you hear the thing whenever you have new technology, you always hear more of the bad things than the good things. So today we're going to try to concentrate on the things that can help you because the tools are here to stay at least for the moment. And I think it's better to learn how to use the tools than sit back and say, well, I don't like AI, where everybody else is using it to their advantage. So by the end of the session, you know how to use the tools to streamline content creation, repurpose effectively, and amplify your reach. All right, so just a short thing if no one knows, if no one here knows who I am, but I think I've met some of you in person. Um, so I've been content creating, for want of a better term, since about 2002, because people used to come to my office when I worked at the airline, and they would always ask me for travel information. So I created a website. This was back when websites were, you used to use Microsoft front page to create websites way back when. I had to write HTML by hand. So I'm an older one that's been out there. So I have passwriter.com and I created Travel Blogger 101 just with some travel information for travel bloggers. It's been, I haven't updated that site a lot over time, but the information is actually evergreen, but I keep adding information every now and again. I'm an airline geek, so I've flown 201 airlines. I've been to 109 UN countries, which equates to about 145 regions slash territories. All right. So what we're going to talk about first is how to take, so we go out and we do all these videos of the places we've been, or we can sit like we're talking here and we do face-to-face videos. And then we come back and we have these videos. And if you're, is anyone on YouTube, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. So you know when you put your on YouTube, you can do their full length video, which by the way, if it's at least 8 minutes long, you're gonna get a little more traction because then YouTube can put ads on it. The thing about the 8 minute long videos, they're great, but you need shorts, which is a shorter version of the videos, which now they've extended to 3 minutes. And it used to be just a minute, but now you're up to 3 minutes. And they did this back in October, but it's taken them this long for the app to actually be able to upload a 3 minute video and make it a short. And so what these applications will do for you is they will sorry, someone's coming in. They will look at the videos and the AI will figure out which part of this video is more engaging. And then what it does, it will create little videos for you. It'll give you descriptions, it'll give you summaries, a whole bunch of things. One of the tool I'm going to show you is Taja AI. And Taja AI is it's if you're going to create a lot of videos, it's really good because what it will do, it'll go through and it'll give you the chapters. And the chapters in the video is where it looks at the video, and every time you start talking about something different, it places it in a chapter, which I've been doing a bunch of monetization videos for travel bloggers, and some of them are like in a minute, and then a minute, an hour long. And it's difficult to go back through and find out every time I said I changed the topic. So what Taja does, it goes in and it says, okay, great, here are the chapters, and it's pretty accurate. There's also a Descript, and what Descript will do is it'll take your video and it'll give you the transcript for the video. Capwing does something similar to Opus Clips, and there's also a Pictory. So we're going to look at Opus Clips and Taja .ai in a moment. Okay, so I had to throw these in, otherwise I wouldn't remember where to do the demos. So let me just switch to here, and we're gonna go over to Opus Clips. So this is what Opus Clips looks like. And yesterday when I started to do this, I'm like, oh, really? So just because I'm doing a demo, I can't put a YouTube link in. So these two failures here are me trying to put a YouTube link in. So typically what you do, you would put your YouTube link in this location here, or what you can do is upload the video. So what I did, because the YouTube link wasn't working, I just uploaded the video. And what it does is it creates little snippets of what I was talking about during the video. Now, I think, since we're all travelers, you probably have some travelers who are going to the UK. And if you're a US citizen, or there's also other citizens, you're required to get an ETA. It's not a visa, as everyone is saying. It's an electronic travel authority, similar to what you get for Australia. And this was effective on the 8th of January. And so what I did a video back in, I think it was November, that talked about the ETA. And what this did, it went in, it pulled the video out, and it said, now sometimes it's really weird how it does it. So let's see. I don't know if it's going to play, but let's see. So what it does, it says, this part that I spoke about here um, is really good because it's 99%. I guess that's how it rates them. But sometime when you come back, I'm going to try to play. If any of these two apply, you have to watch this video. My name is Kerwin, and I'm at passrider.com and cruisingalto.com. And the requirements for entering the UK are changing effective January 20. So sometimes it cuts something up, but you can't use it because it's not really showing my face in it, right? So let's try the other one. But you, as a US citizen, will have to apply for an ETA if your travel is on or after the 8th of January. And you won't be allowed to do this until tomorrow, November 27th. Today's November 26th, which is why I'm doing this video. So what you can do with these is you can use them as YouTube Shorts. You can use them as Instagram Reels. And if you're doing TikTok, you can put that in TikTok. And then in the notes section of the description section, you can say, hey, follow my YouTube channel for the full video. It's kind of what you can do with these. Like it's some you typically anything outside of those criteria, you will need to apply for a specific visa for your specific circumstance. And so, like this one, for example, is 47 seconds long. This one is 16 seconds long. You're actually, if I click on this here, I can actually edit edit what it is. So sometimes if it's translates something incorrectly, you can actually edit it. This is Kerwin at passrouter.com and cruisingalt2.com. Have a great trip and talk to you soon. And so sometimes it pulls up stuff and you're like, well, I don't really need that one. That one won't work. But then you just go to the other one. And there is a free version of this. It gives you the same functionality. It just gives you you can do like maybe one or two videos, but there's also a paid version. So if you're going to be doing a lot of video editing, then this might be something that you can consider. Did y'all have any questions about Opus Clips and how it works?
Erwin, are you doing that on your phone or on your computer?
It's on my computer. Because I'm trying to think if I ever use it on my phone. Some of these applications, if you try to use them on your phone, it'll tell you whether or not it won't work on the phone. But all I did, I just put the URL in, and then once you put the URL in, it it'll upload it from your computer, and I guess it'll also upload it from your phone as well. But then if you put the URL, it actually takes it straight from YouTube. And when it's finished,
Oh, okay.
yeah, when it's finished, it'll send you an email that says, "Hey, your video is ready," and you come over and you take a look at it here. It used to be when it first started, it would say, "Hey, I need 30 seconds, or I need 45 or 90 seconds." But now what it's doing is using the AI to figure out what makes sense. And it's better with the talking head videos because when you do the videos of showing places and things like that, it doesn't really do a good job. But it's something you can experiment with if you're going to do videos. And if nothing else, it'll work to promote, the full video, which is where you really get the YouTube revenue from. Because on one of my channels I have that's monetized, the the um the shorts give you a lot less revenue than the actual full length videos. The CPMs, they just pay less for that.
Don't
Uh,
you have to have a certain number of followers on YouTube to even begin to monetize?
so for monetization in YouTube, you need it's actually two criteria. The first one is um you need 1,000. Well, I guess the ultimate one is 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And 4,000 watch hours is within a year. So what that means is you really have to pump out a lot of content. And one of the easiest way to do it is also to do shorts, because when you do shorts, you get subscribers from the shorts, and then in the shorts, you can actually say this is a related video, and the related video is a longer version of the short itself. So let's say the UK ETA, I have that going. I could do a short and then say this short, the related video is the longer UK ETA version, if that helps.
Yeah, I'm not close to that.
No, I mean it takes a while. I mean, I think for me, I've had the channel for a long time, but I only really concentrated on it over the last 4 years, and it probably take about 3 years. Thing with YouTube is, if you get a viral video, you're good. But
Yeah.
if you don't get a viral video, you just have to keep churning away at it. But it does happen, and it keeps the stats going. It tells you which videos are working, which videos are not working, and it gives you a report every week. And so that really does help. Okay, so let's take a look at Taja. And taja.ai is another tool that's similar to Opus Clips. Now with this one, you do the same thing. You import. Let me see if I can go back here. Okay, so it's the same type of thing. You put the link to the video and you hit start, and it grabs the video. Now this one does a lot more than the other ones. So, for example, these are images that it created, and as you can see, they're all AI generated, but it looks at the video to try to generate the image. You can use your own, like I did in this one here, but let's look at this one, for example, since this is the most recent one I did. And what it did, it gave me this description here is what it gave me based on what's in the video. And then I can edit that description. It also gives me the hashtags. And the best part for me anyway is the chapters. This video is not very long. It's only about 17 or 18 minutes, I think it is. But it went through and it's the one that came up with these. And of course I could change them if I don't like them. The other thing too is in YouTube, you have to put um, tags is what they call them, and the system comes up with the tags for you, and you can just copy them and paste them over in YouTube. The other piece is it gives you titles, and it rates them, and so it tells you. Let me scoot my thing over. On the right, it's saying that it gives a little number on the right, and it's telling you that this title is pretty good. Um, but sometimes it comes up with titles, and I'm like, I don't like those titles, or you don't have to use them. It does a description, which we spoke about, and the tags. And the other thing too is at the end, it also give you a transcript, which YouTube does. Now, the transcripts are good because there are other tools that you can just put the transcript in, and the tool will create images or videos, what they're now calling faceless videos. You can use a transcript to create that. And the other piece of this is it'll generate a thumbnail for you. So it gives you a bunch of thumbnails, and if you don't like them, you can actually edit them once they load up. So you don't have to necessarily use what they're giving you. You can change the background, you can upload a logo if you want to put, you can add text, anything like that you can do with it. So the cool thing with these tools is that sometimes, in the past you'd have to hire a designer or a developer to do something like this. Now you can use these tools and they'll work for you. This one also does the videos like Opus Clips does, and you can tell it to include captions or not. And then you just say include well, add faces from the videos. It can be fully AI generated. When you do add faces from your videos, it actually if there are faces inside the videos, it'll put them in the image. But everything that it generates, you don't have to necessarily use. You can always change it.
Does it also do shorts? Can you
Yeah,
also do shorts?
yes, at the end. And one of the things it was doing, see if I could find one that did the short, because at one point the shorts the generation wasn't working, and so I can't find one that has the shorts on it. But it also does do the short generation. I guess I hit the wrong button there. Let me go back to Taja. And the thing with these tools is try them. And if they work, then you can continue using them. And if they don't, there is always another tool coming out. Um, I'm not seeing the short. So the short generation piece is not there at the moment, but it does have a piece that will generate the shorts for you. So any questions on Taja and Opus, or kind of how to take a larger video and make it into smaller pieces that you can use on different platforms?
You said that this also creates the tags for your YouTube videos.
Yes, it does.
You need to put the pound in front of the words or not?
You only do that inside of here. So when it creates the introduction or the summary in the description of the YouTube video, it will create the hashtags in there. Because this was all created by the system. I didn't create these.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you don't like them, you can change them. But the tags itself, you don't need a hashtag in front of the tags. The tags are the ones that just go in the YouTube channel itself.
Facebook, YouTube.
So if I were to go to studio, okay. I guess I shouldn't have slash video. Hang on. Okay. So this is a different channel. But if you go under content and you pulled up one of the videos, hold on one sec. So let's look at, say, the John Deere video. This description here is what Taja would have given you. I haven't ran this one through it yet. And then you can change your thumbnails, and then down here, and it's saying no, for not for kids. And then this is where you would put all the tags in. So you get them from Taja and you copy them, and then you just paste them right into here. And you can take out the ones that you don't want, and you can add other ones. And that YouTube itself also suggests tags that you can use. And all you have to do on here is just click them in. Now, one of the things in terms of content, my readers, they like technology and they like travel. And so when I went to CES, which is a consumer electronics show, they were talking about autonomous vehicles and farming and things like that. And although it doesn't sound like it's travel, um, but it's what your audience likes, So I ended up doing, this is the CEO of John Deere talking about, it doesn't sound like it had anything to do with travel, right? But he's talking about how to use how they use AI to do autonomous vehicles, and it's really weird to see a big tractor driving without anybody in it. And so it's kind of thing you create content that your readers will like, and your readers will say, "Wow, this is pretty cool." Okay, so let me jump back to here. All right. And the good thing is that you can batch process a lot of these videos. So when I did that one video, it gave me a whole bunch of smaller videos, and I can just use those over time. So I can take 10 of them and take care of them, and then I can use them in my projects as they go along, and they can be a post every day. All right. So how to create gobs of social media content in minutes, pretty much. The problem is that we get writer's block, and sometimes we're like, well, I don't know what to post today. Now, there are a lot of solutions out there. I just put a few of them here. There's Jasper AI, Canvas Magic Write, or you can use ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is not the only AI that you can use, and we're going to talk about a few different ones as we go along. And it's time for another demo. Oh, by the way, this demo, the AI created it for me. I just said, I need a slide. I need a slide picture that I can use to tell the audience that a demo is coming up. And so it came up with this one. It was easy enough. I didn't even change it, and it came up with all the little thing, everything you see here except for the writings. But the word demo also came from the AI. So the whole idea is that it can simplify. I didn't have to go think about it. I didn't have to go do anything. I just told the AI to do it for me. Um, okay, so now let's go to, okay, so we just did, uh, okay. So if you go to canva.com/magic-write, and let's see if I can put that in the chat from here. Chat. Okay, and Emily was asking, can you use them for free? Some of the software will give you, they give you little points. And so you can use them for free, but only up to maybe you can do one or two videos in them. And it normally tells you. So once you sign up, it'll tell you whether you have to pay right away or you have to pay and within like, you do a free trial. And then let's say in 30 days they start charging you or 15 days they start charging, whatever it is. But it's good to try them out and just see if it's something that you need. One of the things, if you're not familiar, there's something called AppSumo. So if you go to appsumo.com, they have these software that are similar to this. And I think actually Taja.ai might be there where you just pay one fee and then you can use it unlimited. So you might want to just check those out each time for each of these pieces of software. But if you go to Magic Write, you will see something that looks just like this. And this is in Canva. So I'm pretty sure most of you have a Canva account. So the whole idea behind this is if you don't know what to write about, you can. So what I did, I think it's at the end. Ah, here it is. So I just put this in. Let's see if it let me edit it. Hold on. No, it didn't. So it didn't store the last thing that I had. So let's go back. So if you say try Magic Write, so now we're doing it live. And so describe your writing tasks. So you can say something like, all right, Penny, you do wines, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So I'm just going to say, and this is all live, so we'll see what it says. But let's say you want to write an article about wine tasting, and it's wine tasting for beginners. And what you want to do, you're just not sure what the areas should be. So you're the subject expert, you know about that, but you're just like, well, I don't know, how do I start or anything like that. So you can say, um, I'd like to write an article about wine tasting for beginners. Can you please help me to structure the article? And let's see what it says. And so, what and so and so we have an expert here. So Penny can tell us, does this make any sense? And so it's just going through and it's like it's not writing it for you. It's giving you um ideas. And so now if you're lazy, you can take it, but I wouldn't recommend it. But it's giving you ideas. So at first it says wine tasting for beginners, a comprehensive guide. Wine tasting is an art that can be both enjoyable and educational, whether you're a novice, et cetera, et cetera. And so it says, what is wine tasting? And so what I think you would do is you would take this and you would expound on it. Um, and Penny, does this all make sense since you're
I
our
mean, it's okay, yeah.
our connoisseur in here?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah.
And I know that, people are very cautious about, the AI writing things for them, but I think we can use it as a starting place and not as, the be all end all. Like in travel, when I ask it some travel questions, that when Virgin Atlantic became a SkyTeam partner, the AI didn't know that. And it didn't know it for a long time. Now it does. But while it didn't know it, I would put a note in it, and it has a little memory in ChatGPT. And I'd say, look, anytime you talk about Virgin Atlantic, they're a SkyTeam partner. And so it stopped giving me that error, which in my case is an error. And if I went out and said, list all the SkyTeam partners, my audience would, and Virgin Atlantic is not in it, my audience would be like, well, what the heck is going on? So you should use the AI as an assistant, not necessarily as the authority in essence. So now it has helped you to get some ideas, and you can use this. You can use this and this is right in Chat GPT. This is not the paid version, um, and you can use that just from Chat GPT. And so the idea is that you all should try it and see what it does and see if it works. And let me see. And someone says, just wondering if we copy and paste the article written by ChatGPT, will Google see it copied from other websites or something like that? That is a good question. Um, I guess some people will say that it's okay and Google won't care, and then others will say, well, Google does care. But what I'd say is, if you get something straight from ChatGPT, make it your own because you are the expert. So look at it like in this one, for example, it's talking about exploring wine varieties. Understand the different wine varieties can enhance your tasting experience. Here are a few popular types to start with. And so it's giving you four types. And so if you're an expert, you would probably give a little more information than just saying, these are the ones that are in there. I don't know much about wine. I've stopped drinking a long time now, but you could enhance whatever it is that you're getting from the AI, so it becomes your knowledge. One of the things that you can do, and I don't know if you can do it in Chat GPT, is that you can have it speak in your voice. I mean, in Canva, in Chat GPT, you can, and I'll show you that in just a sec, where you go in and you tell it all about you, and so whenever it gives you responses, it actually sounds like how you speak. It's very weird. I say so in everything, and basically whenever it talks to me, it says so a lot. So it's learned to me in there, and I think another. So when I ask, okay, I think it is using ChatGPT because in here they have a little FAQ at the end, and it says, what languages can I use it for personal? And it asks you about can I use a personal or commercial project, and it tells you you can use the text you create with Magic Write for any legal purpose, including for personal or commercial projects, as long as you follow our terms. If you're going to use Magic Write for commercial projects, please note that you may not have exclusive rights to the text you generate. This means other people may also use it. Please be mindful that Canva doesn't provide any guarantee that the text you generated is cleared for use, particularly if the output reproduce text from existing works. If you are going to use the output for any commercial purpose, example, selling a book in part by Magic Write, it may be a good idea to seek local legal advice. So they're basically protecting themselves. But this is the thing with AI as you go. But if you're an expert, right, you will know that like what they talk about wines, those are the I guess the five basic types of wines. And so anyone who knows about wine will know that. So that's not like copyrighted, protected, or something like that. And that's where your expertise comes in. So if you get some ideas about a story from a place you visited, you know that you can put your own spin on it. And I think that's kind of what they're saying in here. I don't know if that answers the question, Emily. Oh, well, you asked if it uses, can we get penalized by Google if we copy? Um, I don't know. I actually don't know if Google does penalize you for that, which is why I'm always saying do not take the help you get from the AI, do not take it verbatim. Take it and use it as suggestions and or as topic starters, and then use that to write your own story. Because the whole idea is trying to help you. You don't have a blank sheet anymore. So now you can use the thoughts and ideas that you're getting from ChatGPT to create what you need. One of the things I did was I asked my readers, I've flown 201 airlines, and I said, what would you like to learn from that? And so I got a whole bunch of comments, and I took those comments and I put them into ChatGPT, and I said, these are the comments that my readers gave me back as feedback from flying 201 airlines. I want to create an article. I want to create a book. Can you help me? And it came up with an outline. And so I didn't have to start from scratch. And then I tweaked that outline to get the final product that I need. So I wouldn't recommend taking anything that any of the AIs give you verbatim. Um, just put your own spin on it, but use it as a guideline because it's come up with something that makes sense. And sometimes it doesn't make any sense, and you can say, this doesn't make any sense. Can you try again? And it will. I think there's another comment in here. What percentage of a content generated by chat can you use without rewriting it? 50% or more or less? Oh, that's a tough one, Penny. That one I don't know, but I will research these and try to get back get back to you on that. Um, but again, I would strongly stress that you're the expert. And so if you look at the information and it makes sense, and it's not privileged information. I mean, Pinot Noir is Pinot Noir. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be an expert to know that. So you can use that. I mean, it's not going to penalize you to do that because that's a very popular type of wine. And in this case, it had given you just I think I gave you like five or so different types of wines, and that's pretty common. That's not proprietary. So, I mean, you could use information like that. So, as an expert, you're the one that's putting the information. It's just like when you do research, any kind of research. And I always try to think of this as research, right? As opposed to going to the library and asking a librarian to go grab the information for you, this is your library. You're getting information. And so you need to take that information and construct whatever you're trying to construct with that information. You don't have to use it verbatim. All right. And so I did want to show, that's that one. I think ChatGPT is in here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Is there another AI tool you like as much or more than GPT? There is Perplexity and there's perplexity.ai. And I'll have some links on that too. There is Gemini, um, and there's also Claude, that AI. So I'll put them in here since you all are here now. There's Claude.ai, and there is, I guess it needed HTTPS.
One of the things I've noticed, to your point about changing it to sound as if you wrote it, is a lot of, as a travel writer, AI likes picture this. And I see a lot of articles now and they say, picture this.
Yeah.
Yes. Because, years ago when I first started writing, I used to say, picture this. right?
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
that's our content, our old content. That's what they're trained on.
Yes. No, it's just like no. The thing is that so the AI was trained on all that content, and that's the same thing that you will find when you look at the questions in Canva. Is it was trained, but then it evolved. So it's taking that information and it's learning a lot more based on that information. Even when you're doing your own searches, some of the times I'm like, how did it know that? And then I go back and I go, oh, I told it that my first flight was in Jamaica. And so it's using that information and it's formulating what I need. One of the things that's really good about it, that you can use it for pitches. I don't talk about pitches in this session, but you can use it for pitches. You can say, hey, this is it already knows who you are, and you say, I want to pitch this company to do this. Can you help me with an outline? Or can you help me create a pitch for me? And it will create the pitch. Now, once you get the pitch, you can adjust it as needed. But as you all know, it's very hard to figure out the initial pitch. And so that these are the types of things that you can use this for. Um, that that's not, the typical chat GPT thing that you hear about. So the other one is Gemini. It's gemini.google.com, I think it is. All right. So one thing I wanted to show you inside here was um, do, 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 do. When you sign into ChatGPT, if you go over to here and say customize ChatGPT, in here you can put your custom instructions in. And this is where you tell the system, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? I told it I'm based in Houston, and these are the things that it's trying to tell you you should do. Where you base, what do you do for work? What are your hobbies or interests? What subjects can you talk about for hours? What are some of the goals you have? And so you put all that stuff in here. And then what it does, it's going to use that so if I say I want to do give me a picture or something, it's going to come up with a lot of information based on the stuff that I did. Like I had this at 190 something airlines, and now I have 201, so I updated that. And then you tell it the tone. I want friendly, engaging, informative, conversational. The vocab is informative, detailed, appropriate. Sentence structure clear, concise, and varied. And so you kind of tell it now. So what it does whenever I ask it for anything, it uses this to come up with what I need. How would you like ChatGPT to respond? Responses should be thorough unless otherwise requested. Because if you don't say that, it just blabs. It just goes on forever. And you can address me as Kerwin. And you can say whatever you want to do in there. Now, it can do web searches, dial it. It didn't used to do web searches, but it's getting better at that. It can create code. Um, and so this is how you would set that up, and then you save it. And so I could say something like, I'd like to pitch a um, a good example is a car manufacturer about driving EVs in Texas. Can you help me? And even though I didn't spell anything right, it will actually still come up with something. And so this is just basic. And so now it's going to go away. It knows who I am. And see, it called me by name. And it's telling me what you say absolutely. Here's a framework for pitching an EV manufacturer and the idea of exploring Texas cities with European names. Now, the reason why it says that is because I've asked it this before, and it knows that's kind of what I'm thinking. And so it goes through and it gives me a hook. It outlines the idea for me. It says describe the strategy, what I'm going to do. I'm going to do blog posts, YouTube videos, social media, showcase your expertise, position the EV as a hero, present tangible benefits, close with a call to action. And then you can say, can you please write the pitch? And let's see what it does. And now it's going to give me a draft. And I can change it. And if I hate it, I can say, do it again. Uh, now this pitch is a little longer, um, but I didn't tell it. I could have told it I need to make it shorter. Otherwise, it'll make it really, really long, which is kind of what it did here. But I think you'll get the idea, right? That you can use this to help you. And then once you get this, you just go edit it and you change it. If it gets it wrong, but it's a place to start. Before I had a blank page and I didn't know what to start with. It even computed how long I've been in the industry based on the information that I gave it. And if I wanted to do a specific brand, I could say I want Toyota, or Polestar or something like that, and it would go get all the information about Polestar and throw it in here, and then I can adjust it as necessary. If that makes sense. Does that make sense to you? Otter. Um, so this example is I had done a podcast, and this is episode 107 of the podcast, and I uploaded it to here. And what it did, it outlined the introduction, gave me, we had talked about visa and passports. So it gave me the information about that, how to get into the US, the current process of applying for a visa. I talked about what's a visa, how to apply for a visa, costs and requirements. So it basically went through and summarized. Now I can use this as a blog post if I want, or I can use pieces of it in any form of social media. And this was the actual transcript that I did for that. And so this one is otter.ai. And just like the other AIs, you just upload your file and it's going to go through. And I guess I was quite the talker in this one. Um, but it took all that talk and made it into a summary. Yeah, something that's digestible if I was gonna write it. All right. Um, so the idea is to use AI to turn evergreen content into fresh social media post. All right. So I guess just to key takeaways, I'd say is AI it does save you time and reduce creative bottlenecks. It repurpose long form content into short, engaging pieces, and this is going to help to amplify your reach with professional and visual brands. And with that, I see you guys have some call to actions. Make sure you experiment with at least one of the tools that I spoke about today. And there's a whole bunch of places to follow me.
I just saw this beehive thing. Are you a member of that group or
Yeah,
what? What?
so Beehive is my it's my one of them. I have there's two. There's Beehive and there's also Kit. Kit used to be called ConvertKit.
Uh-huh.
And what Beehive is, it's an email newsletter tool.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about Beehive and also ConvertKit now is that you can put ads in your newsletter. And so they send you ads. So it's a monetization method. So they'll send you ads from different marketers. And then it's based on your content. You place that ad in your newsletter. And then when you send that newsletter out, it'll say uh, let's say for example they give you $1.60 per click. So every time someone clicks on that and go to the ad, you get $1.60. Or they can give you let's say it's $2 per thousand people that opens the email. And so that's another way that they can do it. They didn't used to do the opens, but now they just started doing that. So it's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
yeah, it's kind of difficult because sometimes I have to sit back and say, okay, so based on my open rate and my click rate on the ads, I'll make more money if I say use the open rate rather than use a click rate. So it depends on what it is. I know if it's something with travel, the click rate works better, but if it's not something with travel, then the open rate works better. And so that's how you make money from the Beehive newsletter platforms. It's the cost varies. So I'll give an
I
idea.
haven't had a chance to read all that information yet, but I did get it.
Yeah, and I do think that you all should everyone should have, especially with how social media is going now, everyone should really have some form of newsletter. The thing with the newsletter is to make sure my internet connection is a little wonky. Okay, so you can get an idea of what they charge. So if you're just starting out, let's say you have 1,000 subscribers, you can do up to 2,500 subscribers on Beehive. The only thing is that you don't have access to the ad network. if you do that. However, if you pay $31 a month for 1,000 subscribers, you have access to the ad network, and your initial job is to make sure that you can finance that $31.20 a month. So you should try to make at least $31.20 from the ads that you send out to your readers. And as you go more, um, it costs you a little more. Right now, I think I'm just under 10,000. It's 720, but as soon as you go over 10,000, it's 25. And they're giving you a deal. If you do annual, you pay less per month, but you have to pay the annual upfront. So it's like $1,200 and 57, 12, 57, 60 upfront, but your monthly rate is cheaper. So that's kind of how that works. And Kit has a very they're all similarly priced now. Gone are the days when you used to be able to get better rates, but pretty much everyone is charging the same amount at the moment. The the reason why I like these two is because they work much better for advertising. So I can look at it and say, okay, if I'm spending $149 a month, then I need to make at least $149 so I can at least pay for it. And then my goal is to make, three, $400. So far, I think I've only made I think one month I made about $300. But it depends on what the ads are that they're sending you. They're both new networks. And so one of the things you can do too is if you're working with a brand, you can say, look, my open rate is about 60% or whatever your open rate is, and I have 8,000 people, right? So uh, I can quote pretty much guarantee that 40 at least 4,800 people is gonna open and see this email, which is much better than on social media where you don't know how many people are gonna open. I mean, not open, but click or like whatever it is. And then you count the clicks. So you can actually count the clicks. So you can say, oh, great, 4,800 people saw it. And usually about 1%, 2% will see it. So you figure about 48 people or so will click on the link and go look at the product that's there. So that's another way that you can monetize with the brands that you work with. I think I'm all done. I will send you guys a link with this because the system is recording it, I see. And I'll send you all some more resources as well.
Cool.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Kerwin. Great.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Emily, Julie, did you guys have any questions?
Bye, Kerwin.
Bye, Penny. Thank you so much. Oh, wait, sorry. I keep forgetting I can look in the chat. Yes, yes, there is quite a bit of things to ponder. Indeed. Um, Maybe ideas to promote Sri Lanka, for example. Yes, you can actually do that. Um, Here's the thing though, a lot of the brands they don't see the the merits of newsletters and things like that and how you can use social media. They mostly just think of things like because I have pitched advertising like in a newsletter or something like that. But a lot of them they're just into social media. They want to see the likes and that's all they care about. I'm like, well, wouldn't you rather somebody actually book your place? So it's kind of an uphill battle, but definitely you can use a pitch and you can use ChatGPT to help you to do the pitches. The question about all of the apps free or paid. Typically, some of the apps will have a 6 month, not 6 months, either 7 days or 30 days or 15 days, or they will give you a certain number of credits. And then you can use those credits to see if it's something that you like in essence. Let's see. Okay, Stephanie left. Promote so many things to ponder. Do you know? Oh, Path Social, yes. Sorry, Emily. I think you remember you that sent me a note about that. Um, so I looked at it, and a lot of these companies, they will always say, "Yeah, we're going to get you followers," and it's not something that they can quote unquote follow up on. I'd be leery. A lot of them will have all these people saying this is so good. But it's people that they basically it's their friends and they've given the software to a whole bunch of people. And then these people get followers. Uh Always be leery of anyone who's gonna say I can get you X number of followers. It's yeah, just be leery of anything like that. Perhaps the getting followed, especially on social media, is really tough. Um, but again, if you have videos that are doing well, you can again take pieces of the videos. One of the things I didn't talk about was CapCut. If you have like little short clips, videos that you've taken or images that you've taken on a trip, you can pull those into CapCut. And what CapCut will do, it'll take each of those images and put them into a video or videos and put them into a videos, and it will do it like very stylistic. And that will work. It works on your phone and it also works on the desktop. And the cool thing about this is that I am not a video editor. And so when it does all the nice splices and things like that, that works for me because I'm just not very good at video editing. But I would always be very leery of company that says they can get you that can get you followers. Try to survey your readers and see what is it that your readers want. And you can just do a simple thing by saying you know, you can if you create a link on your blog, you can say go to this link and take the survey. Or if you have an email newsletter, you can say reply to this email and tell me what is it that your biggest struggles. Then once you get that information, you can take that information and you can use the AI and it'll analyze that for you and it'll tell you what is it that's bugging people. Then you can go ahead and you can create a solution to whatever it is that's bugging people. You can also ask them, what is it that they're using as a solution today? Then you go look at that solution that's out there, see what are the complaints people are making about that particular solution, and then you take that solution and you take those complaints and you create a solution around those complaints and around the needs of your users. And then you can charge them a monthly fee, just like how these companies are doing, because they recognize that people want to get followers, right? So what they did, they went and they created something where you pay a monthly fee to get followers. But usually those systems don't really work. But people do it because we want to get more followers, right? So using that kind of idea, you create something for your readers that you know that they need. So you create something that you absolutely know that these users need, and then charge them for it. And you charge them a monthly fee. So you can create a community. I'm not sure what Emily and Julie's blogs are about, but you can create some type of community for your readers, and then you can charge them a fee. And maybe once or twice a month you get on, like I am now, and you're saying, "Hey, this is what we do. Let's give you, I just went to Las Vegas, so I can come on and say, this month we're going to talk about Las Vegas, and we'll talk about how to get to Las Vegas, what to do when you get there, what airlines fly to Las Vegas, when you get to the airport, how to get from the airport to the strip." Do you have to gamble when you go to Las Vegas? What are the if your audience are drinkers, what are the top bars? If they're frequent flyers, what are the hotels that you can get your frequent flyer points? And just anything like that, because you're the expert. And people will pay you for that on a monthly basis if you have something different for them every month. So these are different ways that you can make money in essence. And some of these groups, some of these software, they'll cost like about $100 a month or $49 a month for this piece of software. But you need to make sure that you're charging enough to cover those costs. So if it's $97 a month for the software and you're charging $97 for your members, then you need only one member to break even. If it's 47 and you're paying 97, then you probably need two members to break even. So you need to do the math and think about it. And I think if you provide information that's unique, It's like you sitting there telling people that when you go to Las Vegas, if you want to go to Hoover Dam, this is how you get to Hoover Dam. And then what you can do, you can partner with like Viator, and Viator will have trips to Hoover Dam, and you can suggest that they book through those trips, and then you get a commission in that. Hotels are a little more difficult, but if you do like something like Stay 22, then you can get people to book using your link, and then you get the commissions off of the hotels. So, just some ideas of how and you can increase your followers that way, because you can tell people, hey, every Wednesday in every second Wednesday, every third Wednesday, whatever it is, I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna tell you about a new city. Go sign up here or follow me for more, which is the typical thing that people use. I hope that helps. Good. So you've used CapCut, which is good. CapCut is really good. I love CapCut. Like I said, I'm not an editor. So the key is really to figure out what your users want by asking them and create something for them. Because when you create that, then you don't necessarily have to depend on traffic from Google. So someone has said if Google has a mood swing, it won't end up affecting you because Google's always going to do that because we are not their priority. They get most of their money from corporations and from server farms and things like that, and all the Google email that the companies buy, and also the advertising. So, which is why you see a lot of the ads. And don't be shy if you let's say it's going to cost you $1 per day to do ads, right? And those ads you're pulling in to the social channels, but you're pulling them in to your let's say Emily wants to increase her followers. So you know exactly who you want as your followers. You want people between whatever age, people from whatever area, and whatever they're interested in. So you know that demographics. So you set up an ad to pull people in to subscribe to your newsletter or follow you on social. Then you need to figure out how am I going to make that money back that I spent on advertising from these people who are now following me, which is what you need. And whether that means pitching to a brand and say, hey, I now have this number of followers, so I can charge you X number of dollars, or you can create an ad or create a product. Let's say um I'm not, depending on what your products are, but let's say there's something that somebody likes. Like I know my people like airplanes. So if I can go get airplane models at a lower price and sell them at a higher price, then that might be something that would make money. But I only know that because I surveyed my readers. So you have to survey your readers. You can use any tool like the WP Forms that you can use to survey the Survey Monkey. I think SurveyMonkey, if you can get 100 people, but if you get over 100, then you have to pay. Um, 100 people can give you a really good idea of what your audience wants. You get them in a spreadsheet, you load them in the chat GPT, it analyzes the spreadsheet and tells you um, what you need. I hope that helps. And Julie, I hope I answered your question. And I'm gonna send you guys a follow-up email with all the links and the hopefully a link to this presentation so you all can go ahead and take a look at it. And I hope this was helpful. And yeah, make sure you sign up for the newsletter. It's at ai-travel-pulse.bi.com. Um, sure. You're welcome, Julie. And I'll send you an email with all these links so you all have it. And if you have no more questions, then that's probably a wrap. I think that's it. All right, ladies, thank you so much. I appreciate your time today, and I won't keep you any longer. Talk to you all soon. Bye.